going down, world? Welcome to the 40s. I go by the name Black Pegasus. And today we are checking out the one and only Green Day, Holiday. I've never heard this song, so I'm curious to see what it's about. And then we're rocking with Green Day. So I've rocked with some of Green Day, some of the stuff familiar with, and kind of did a revisiting because I, hadn't really absorbed it in my youth. From a lot of the stuff I've been seeing as of late, because I'm recording this in 2025 for any of the extraterrestrials watching this in the future from Mars, I'm watching this in 2025. And I didn't realize Green Day was I always thought it was like, punk rock, dealing with like deeper subjects, somewhat depression, going crazy, emotional stuff too. But they're a lot more politically charged than I had anticipated, right? So I've been noticing that, I think I did a reaction to American Idiot, and I don't know if that was just a song or a full album. I don't know. But this is Holiday, and I'm learning a lot, but I can't, regardless of where you stand with your beliefs or ideologies, where it sits with Green Day or it doesn't, these MFers make bangers. Like, their music is actually, I was like, why is this so damn good and catchy? It's just like there's a thrill to it, man. It's freaking. Anyways, we'll see what we got. Which Green Day song had the most impact on me? There's the September one, "Wake Me Up in September." I remember because of the lyrics. There's like a really big impact on me. But like musically, don't they have a song called "Basket Case" or something? I got to refresh my memory. I got jukebox brain, but these MFers, man, they've made their impact and on the world, and you have to give these brothers they flowers. Let's see where we're at, man. Can I have a Green Day, though? Rain some money on me, please.
Hold up. Hey.
Anyways, one day I'll have a Green Day. Anyways, yo, if you're here for it, like, share, comment, subscribe. Welcome back to the channel, baby.
They tease him a lot, black peas on the spot. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back,
Welcome back.
welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. 40.
All right, I'm getting the logo down and I'm pulling the video up. Don't forget to support the original content on the channel. If you want to check out my family travel vlog channel, holla at your boy. I got a commentaries channel, Pegasus vs. the World, where I get a little kooky and crazy as well. However, all the music and the music reactions happen right here on this channel. If you want access to the reactions early, there's a link in the description to our membership. Gives you early access. I update it every single day, and there's a nice catalog in there for you. However, don't feel left out. Everything in there will be released to the public eventually, so you don't have to trip. Just thank you so much for your support. Huge shout out to all of the members on the channel. And let's get this show on the road. We rock it, man. This is Green Day. Oh, I'm watching this on their channel. Hey, before anything, I don't give a flying booty. Go to their channel and watch this without me. Because a reaction video is never a substitute for the original. Always want to get people back to the original, stream the music, all of that good stuff. That's super important. That's the least I can do, especially being up here doing reactions. You know what I mean? But I am watching this from their official YouTube channel, and it's been upgraded to 4K for your viewing pleasure and experience. Now, here we go. I'm going to check this out. Green Day, Holiday. Holiday, celebrate. That's all I hear in my brain. You dropped the bomb on me, baby. All right. A war formation for the beginning of the video. Yeah.
Yeah, the dog's howling out of
music is crazy and their videos are wild. Let's dive into it. I mean, Billy, bro, his voice is crazy. Like he has a really good voice. I feel like it's very distinct. Um, I don't know if he writes all his own songs. I should look that up just to get the knowledge because I think from what I'm hearing here, it feels like he writes his own music. Did Billy Joe write Green Day song Holiday? And does he write all of their songs? Sorry if it sounded like I said Joel. I said Joe. Because it's like Billy Joel did not. Billy Joe. That's what it said in here. I'm like, bro, that's what I said. Anyways, that's what I heard. Anyway, um, the Holiday was written by Billy Joe Armstrong, the lead singer and guitarist. Quick breakdown: Green Day frontman writes most of Green Day's songs, and now it's trying to correct me who Billy Joel is. Piano Man. L Chat GPT L. Sorry, you guys. If it sounded like I said Joel, sorry too. Damn, I'm just taking L's everywhere. Anyways, so I want to go over the lyrics because there's some depth here that I enjoy. And regardless where you sit, like I feel like at this time period specifically, the reason I really gravitate to doing music reactions is because I notice it brings people, all different types of people together, right? All from all different ideologies, political beliefs, etc. I try not to get very political on here, but I felt like there's these undertones because he mentioned the flag. He mentioned these hollow ties, or no, hollow lies, which that's the one thing, dog. Like it's so weird because in America, I'm gonna speak on America because that's where I'm from, right? And in American politics, we get caught up in these teams, red and blue, Republican and Democrat, who's more morally sound in this area, and it's so wild because when I start really diving into politics, there's this semblance of that everyone wants, but no one wants to admit because of their belief on how to get to the end destination is so different a lot of times. But it's always like this anti-war sentiment from both sides. Both sides are kind of like, yo, everyone's concerned about their children's future and the economy and why, these barriers to entry for this generation are so wild when it comes to, let's say, buying a house, interest rate. There's all these things where I think people agree upon, but the biggest problem is how do we get to the goal together, right? Like we can't agree on how we get to this goal. Like everyone can agree that war is wrong in the world, right? I think everyone can agree that, but then it's like, well, this has to happen because of this. This has to happen to that. But I think the scariest thing for me is nuclear fallout potential because of these wars, whatever war it may be, right? So I think there's a semblance of people for that. In America, I think both sides are just like, yo, the healthcare system is shot, right? Whether you believe in this, that, and the other. And, it's immediate. People like, well, your person took this way and this person added this and that. There's always this negligence there. But I think everyone would agree that the medical system is fractured in America, especially for how much wealth we have. There's just a bunch of stuff. But I think we could all agree on a lot more than we disagree on at some capacity. And I know people don't like to hear that because they want to wage war on the internet. But my other actually, let me pull these lyrics up because there was some dope stuff to highlight in his writing. And I appreciate when writers take the time to really, have like a banging song, but have like a dope message or, Green Day holiday lyrics. Here we go. Here's the sound of the falling rain coming down like Armageddon flame, which for me feels like we're setting up like, the future of wars and like, bombs dropping. The shame, the ones who cried without a name, hear the dogs howling out of key to a hymn called Faith and Misery, and bleed the company lost the war today. So the way I'm saying it sounds like a poetry slam, like sounds like an ill poet at a poetry slam. They snapping their fingers, ha ha ha, and it's fire. But then when he performs it, I'm like, bro, like he really could write. He could write his ass off. I beg to dream a differ from the hollow lies. This is the dawning of the rest of our lives on holiday. That was the other thing I wanted to talk about. Where he's from, holiday, like we don't say holiday in America. It's like, oh, it's the holidays, it's Christmas. But where he's from, they're like, oh, we're on holiday, meaning we're off of work, we're on vacation, etc. When we're just like, oh, I'm off work today. Oh, I'm on vacation. I have PTO or whatever the hell it paid time off. That's just how we say it in America. So when he said holiday, I was like, oh, I get it. It's just like over there, I feel like they say university and we say college. Like, yeah, I go to college, I go to Harvard, whatever. But they're like, oh, I go to university, which I believe university just means school. I don't know if it means college. It might be like, oh, I go to university. I don't know if that could mean high school too. I don't know, but the lingo's there. Hear the drum pounding out of time. Another protester has crossed the line to find the money on the other side. Can I get another amen? There's a flag wrapped around a score of men, a gag, a plastic bag on a monument. I beg to dream, differ from the hollow lies. This is the drawing of the rest of our lives. Anyways, I just thought there's a lot there. So this concept of, the flag, I don't know if he's dissing patriotism or saying it's okay. I personally think you have to have love and from where you're from and have some type of pride in it. And I think there's a balance, like not being blind and being able to criticize, let's say, your government, which has a lot of corruption in it, deep rooted in a lot of different things. Again, I'm not here to get like super political, but I think that differential, like for me, I think of the American people as like a really cool people. The majority of us, want equality, freedom, justice, a peaceful place to live, prosperity, a future for our kids. We live together, even though we look different. We love each other. Like I think that's a view of America for me in general. Not a utopian view. I know us humans have our differences and stuff like that, but some of that stood out to me in the lyrics. It slipped in there, and I was like, I do think I see all the irony. I get it. We're buying American flags, and it says "Made in China," but then people who are rocking American flags are like, I get it. I get it. There's what's the word? Being hypocritical. Hypocrisy. There's hypocrisy on both sides. But I really do see the sides as a position to just divide us when I think we really do agree on a lot more than we would even recognize. But let's hear them out. I like this track. I cannot front. This is another banger. This is why Green Day is Green Day, right? That's tight.
The representative from California has the floor. Sing out to the president, gas man. Pumped away is your punishment. Pulverize the Eiffel Towers. Who criticize your government. Bang, bang goes a broken glass and kill all the facts that don't agree. Trials by fire, set in fires. Is that a way that's meant for me? Just cause, because we're all locked. I beg to dream and different from the hollow lies. This is the dawning of the rest of our lives. I beg to dream and differ from the hollow lies. This is the dawning of the rest of our lives. This is our lives on holiday.
Yeah, so that last verse, he was going to ham. This is definitely a political dissent song. Dissenters is what they call it, right? I feel like this probably came out in the Bush era because I remember, that's kind of wild. Bush, George Bush, and the Bush era had a lot of political dissent in the music. I remember Eminem came out, did a song against, I believe, Bush. This sounds like this was probably in the Bush era. There was a lot of political dissent in the music. I remember Rage Against the Machine just raging against everything establishment, which I always thought was interesting when I hear like super anti-establishment groups signed to like these huge record labels like Sony. I was like, yo, that's kind of wild. But anyways, it's not a critique of them. It's just there's so much going on, and I understand the hostility and anger. I think as I've gotten older, I just kind of calmed down. I have my moments where I get pissed off at things that happen, especially because I'm a taxpayer and my tax bracket is what it is, So I have my own thoughts, beliefs, ideas. But I think the best part about Green Day, that they got the right to say what they want. And that's one of the things I love about America, that he has the freedom to express himself. No, you're not going to get murked because you criticize your government. I mean, there's things coming down the pipes. But I think people should be able to criticize their government, whatever it may be. It may sting. But I just think that's one of the cool things about America, right? Freedom of speech. So, I mean, there's some problematic things going on. But anyways, I ain't here to get too crazy. If we're looking at the meat and potatoes of the song, I like the way it sounds. The lyrics are solid. There's some messaging there. At the end, we got somewhat radical in the political dissent arena. And cool. That I did not know that Green Day was so political until I started reacting to them. And then I've been seeing blurbs of different stuff from concerts. And I was like, hey, man, hey. Do you, player? Like, I ain't ever going to trip on no one for speaking their mind and expressing themselves. I grew up rapping and touring, and I was so in love with the concept of being able to say what I wanted to say on stage. Even though one time something I said on stage got me hemmed up. I didn't say anything crazy either. It was just, anyways, I ain't going to get back into that. You'll have to watch my documentary. You'll have to watch my documentary. It will be very interesting. Anyways, let me know what I got, what I missed. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Thank you for being some man. 40 years down the road, back again. FUQ, boy.